Alright guys, so here's the box. This is the box for the RGM-79HC GM Guard Custom. This is a mass-produced mobile suit by the Earth Federation Space Force or Special Force or whatever they decide to be called at the time. This is a high grade from the Origin line. This is number 22. This is a Mobile Suit Discovery kit. On the box art we've got the Guard Custom kind of in the front with the GM Sniper Custom in the back. They're in space, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. There's a lot of ships floating around, some explosions. Really nice box art. You know, this for something that has such a hefty, massive shield, and you wouldn't expect it to really be, you know, posed any particular way. I think this is a really cool box. On the bottom, we've got unpainted samples of the front and back, showing off some of the decals included in the kit. We've got a nice illustrative, photo-manipulated version of it, blocking some fire with some debris and stuff like that going around. Pretty cool. A little bit of information about the mobile suit. And then on the top we've got some gimmicks. So we've got the beam spray gun, we've got the Guardian shield, which also has Gatling guns built into it, dual beam daggers, some of the articulation. You've got a really nice hip and waist joint here. Double bend on the knee with armor split. The head has a visor that comes down, and then some really cool markings included with this kit. This got retails for 1,800 yen, which is currently about $19 American. So the box art's really cool. So let's go ahead and jump down. Let's have a look and see what the runners look like. So the first runner we've got is Runner A. Runner A is white. You've got a lot of pieces here for, there's the head, arms, the waist, pretty much the entire waist. There's the collar, the head, and then a large piece for the shield. Again, these are all molded in white. They're the standard kind of semi-gloss that you expect from Bandai. I think they look really nice. Lots of room for panels or decals or whatever you plan on sticking around on here. There's a lot of room for interpretation, however you want to do things. Next, we've got B1 and B2. So these are kind of a partial runner. So the bottom half of B1 is duplicated. The only parts that are additional on B1 are the waist unit. Everything else is for the front and back of the leg, the top of the foot, the bicep armor, and the shoulder. Again, molded in that nice semi-gloss white. Everything looks pretty good. Lots and lots of nice little details here. This is going to be a really cool kit to put together. Alright, next we've got C. C is molded in kind of like a charcoal gray. It's got like a little tiny bit of a sheen to it. I don't want to say it's metallic, but it looks like maybe there is a tiny bit of like that metallic injection plastic put in here, just to kind of help push that color along. But we're getting off track. So let's talk about what's here. So we've got elbow joints. I believe these are probably shoulder joints. All the pieces for the hands. This is probably for the waist, I would guess. There's a really big internal mechanism here. It looks like probably for the legs. These are for the feet, definitely. I think these are the hips or the ankles, maybe. These are the forearms. I think that might be the neck. And these are the hip. So these are the hips. So I don't know what these are. Probably the insides of the legs. There's a lot here. The hands look really nice. There's a lot of really cool detail. They got that really nice molded fist. Trigger finger. I do wish there were some open expressive hands though. But all in all, not too bad. The D runner. The D runner is molded in kind of like it's a really hard to describe. It's like a desaturated blue, but it's not like a really strong blue. It's, I don't know. It's a weird blue. I like it though. So here on this runner, the biggest piece that you're going to notice is going to be the outer trim for the shield. We'll go ahead and flip this over. You've got the tops and the bottoms of the feet. You've got the chest. You've got ankle armor. You've got both sides and the front piece of the visor for the head-mounted visor, and that folds down. So this is going to show you the mechanism. I'm pretty sure you're going to slap this in with one of these and then put the other side on and tighten everything together. Hopefully there's not too much of a seam there. From the looks of things, it looks like it's probably going to give you a fake seam line, or a fake panel line, to cover that up. Back of the shield's got a little bit of some deep gaps. We'll see how that looks when it's all put together. I don't want to fill that in. So next we've got two E1 runners. These are identical. So we can go ahead and toss one of those away. We've got the sides of the legs, the calves, and the shins. Here's the front part of the shin. Here's the knee. I'm thinking that this is probably a little booster for the back of the leg. I think these are the shoulders, side skirts, and then I think these are the elbow joints right here. Again, molded in white. It's kind of weird that they jump back to white after jumping through a bunch of colors, but looks good. Not a ton in the detail department here on some of these parts, but that's okay. I'm really looking forward to the knee. Next we've got F1 and F2. So these are again molded in that same kind of like charcoal gray. It's really dark. The partial runner here is going to be the top half of the F runner. This is going to be a lot of pieces that I'm not really sure what they are. So this is definitely for the knee. This is definitely for the gun. I'm going to assume that these are the knee joints. And then this is where things start to get a little muddy. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks like it might go to a piece of equipment. Maybe the side skirt. We got the backpack here. These are the gatlings for the shield, the handle for the shield, chest vents. These are additional details for the front skirts. Yeah, that's it. So I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. These are vents for the shoulders and the vents for the thrusters for the kit. But a lot of this I'm not really sure what it is. So we got H1 and H2. H1 is molded in clear green. This is the visor for the kit. This will probably stay on this runner until I'm done. And then lastly, we've got the H2 runner. This is clear pink. These are just the two beam saber or beam dagger blades. They look really cool. It's always nice to see different take on beam sabers, so these are really cool to have in the collection. We've got a sheet of polycaps. These are PC001, so you're going to get a very large wealth of different polycaps here. Polycap 1 is pretty much the standard one. 2 is your ball joints, 4 are your shoulders, 3 are your ankles, 5 are your wrists. 9 tends to be for like side skirts and other little things that stick off. 6 is a neck polycap, and then everything else just kind of gets used as it's needed. So I don't think we're going to use this whole thing. I didn't really see a ton of places where polycaps would go. I imagine we're going to stick the 11s in the knee joints. 10 might go in the side skirts, and then 1 wherever else there's joints. I didn't see any joints for the shoulders, so we're definitely going to use these, and we're also going to use the ankle ones. The wrist ones I'm not so sure though. And the head one I can't remember. I feel like I saw a neck joint, but you never know. And before we get into the manual, we've got a couple sets of stickers. So this is our warning sticker sheet. This is just all the warning decals around the kit. A lot of really nice striping. I think if I'm going to use anything on this, it's going to be these. And I'll probably just use them for masking, which maybe I'll do a video on. But the warning decals I'm definitely not going to be using. They're just, the border on them so big that it's just not a good idea to use them. On the other side of things, we've got a sheet of foil stickers. So here we've got 2 red stickers. I believe these are probably for the forehead or the Mohawk cameras. These yellow ones on the top I think are definitely for the chest vents, but I don't know what these lower ones are for. These are probably for like going around some sort of vent or thruster, and then these little blue pieces here are for the knee detail. So not too much in the way of what would need to be painted if you wanted to paint this kit, like just do detail painting. I think that's pretty reasonable. But if you're going to fully paint, these aren't really in the cards anyway. So last thing we need to go over Last thing we're going to go over is the manual. So the manual for the Guard Custom is, again, it's pretty standard. The Origin kits have slightly different stylings to the manuals, but it's not too bad. So box art up top, just snapped and assembled shots. Oh, there's what those other yellow ones for the knee vents. There you go. You know, I think this is a painted sample. I could be wrong, but on the back we've got some action shots. Shows the visor up and down, the shield, the gun, the beam daggers, what the backpack looks like, where you're going to be putting all those nice decals, and then you can pop this guy open. Now the big difference between this and your standard instruction is these use a little bit more of like a true 3D rendering for showing off the instructions, whereas the other ones are a little bit more of an illustration style. So yeah, so we don't use the neck joint. Most Origin kits don't. Forgot about that. We're going to start assembly with the body, backpack, jump over to the head, the waist, left and right arm. You put both the feet together. Then we got left and right legs. And once we get done with the right leg, I don't know where that stopped. It stopped on its own, so we're just going to keep moving along and see what happens. We've got the right leg after the left leg. We put the main body together, and then it's equipment. So equipment is pretty straightforward. We've got the Guardian shield, the beam dagger. That's actually incredibly straightforward. So the beam dagger mounts to the wrist, and I guess you can use it while it's mounted to the wrist, but you can also pop it off, stick a handle in it, and use it as an actual dagger. Beam spray gun is just 2 parts sandwiched together. This shows how to connect your action base. And that's the Guard Custom. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in picking one of these up, please head on over to our sponsor for this channel, Mechawarehouse. Use our code Justinius10, where you can save 10% off your order. I'm going to go ahead and stick patrons on the screen right now. If you are interested in supporting this channel further than just a simple subscription, you can check out our Patreon page or any of the links down below, and we will take care of you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, enjoy the video, share with your friends if you liked it, and I'll see you with the next one. Later, guys.